Hello everyone, I'm Rebecca and this is Kirsten Cosplay and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is Emerald City Comicon and we are actually coming in a little bit early here to pick up our badges. It is Wednesday night and the question for me at least is, how many badges do I have? I don't know if I get a panelist badge. I already have a content creator badge at home. She's a guest and I'm her +1 and I won a ticket to it last year.
So she collects them all, like a Pokemon trainer.
Gotta catch them all. So let's go see how many badges are there for me. Okay, badges have been acquired. And actually all of the badges were acquired. So, yeah.
So I've got 2 panelist badges, which I am like, oh, I thought they were guest badges, but that's okay. It should still work.
Yeah.
And then
I've got the panelist badge that I wasn't sure if I would be getting, and then the 4-day one that I won last year. So that should be, that should be all of them. It's just the question of if yours are the correct ones.
Yeah, which I'm going to check tomorrow, because if they're not the correct ones, like, I want to get them changed. So I've got the correct ones. And I
think you might as well just ask him, but I guess he probably doesn't know anything.
I'll wait. It's what was recorded on me, so it's fine.
Okay. But we have badges, and we are going to go press some costumes for tomorrow.
Yes. And
have some food, and we will see you tomorrow at the start of Emerald City Comicon.
Love it.
It's time for Emerald City Comicon! Kirly and I are wearing like the most opposite cosplays today that could possibly be. She's Harley Quinn, if you can't tell. I'll show you her full length in a little bit, and I'll show you my full length in a little bit, but I am Rose, obviously, and we're gonna go have some fun. We have like almost no plans for today, which is really, really nice, frankly. So we're getting a little bit of a late start because traffic, but I think this will be a good day.
I mean, the thing is that today we're just gonna look around the con.
Yeah.
We're just like,
we're gonna take you to Artist Alley, to the main like expo floor, because this is really our day to like explore everything as much as possible. So that is what we are going to do. So let's go to Emerald City Comicon. We're here. Where are we going, Kirly?
We're going to Artist Alley and we're at Emerald City Comicon.
Let's go to Artist Alley. It doesn't look any bigger than the Mauritania. Okay, this booth is so cute and novel. We've got all of these scents that are essential oil scents.
Do you guys just do these two, or do you guys cosplay other people?
So I think we've got to get a few of them.
This is like our...
But this is really fun. I've never seen anyone do this before.
I'm gonna buy Mimsy, and I'm wearing Mimsy on Sunday. I'm so excited.
Find something good?
It's Saturday me.
Oh my gosh, it's adorable. Okay, this is my favorite cosplay so far. She is nailing Haunted Mansion. Oh my gosh, love it. Do a little spin. Are you finding things that are good?
I am. I'm finding so many things, and I'm sending Terry so many pictures.
Not quilted, it's like panels of velvet and then sewed that on top, and painting. I cleared out Michael's and velvet ribbon like all around me.
Good job. Kirly and I have found another YouTuber. It's Stephanie Canada. So we're gonna finish more of Artist Alley because we've only done half of it because we've been chatting. And yeah, then maybe go check out the expo floor. Yay! Sweet! So please excuse the terrible lighting behind me here, but I am just kind of chilling here while Kirly and Stephanie finish up and go back to a couple of booths in the Artist Alley area that they wanted to revisit. And I think then we're going to go maybe check out the cosplay floor and maybe like a lounge area, something like that. But I am feeling pooped already. My neck is feeling a little tired, gotta be honest, with the hat and the wig and everything, and my feet are already feeling a little tired even though I'm wearing comfy shoes today, so that doesn't bode well for things like, you know, Jane on Sunday. But we are enjoying ourselves so far. I've only made one purchase. I might make more. We'll see. I think I'm gonna have to revisit some places in the Artist Alley. I didn't film this, I should have, but I found a pin of this outfit, which is, you know, fun, but I don't collect pins. Like if it had been a sticker or a magnet or something like that, I would have gotten it, but still thinking about it, we'll see. I have been surprised at the complete lack of magnets, to be honest. I would love to buy some magnets. I need magnets. Nobody sells magnets. So if you're an artist and you are considering an Artist Alley, I highly recommend doing magnets because you would be the only person out there selling magnets. So just a thought. I like things that are like different, but I've enjoyed, like I saw a couple of Thumbelina items, which you don't normally see, and that's really fun. Less Disney this year than normal, which is surprising. Maybe Disney's cracking down on artists doing Disney, I don't know. But overall, we are having fun so far, and I'm very thankful to be seated.
3D printed, and then
3D printed.
These are just foam, then upholstery leather, cardboard underneath.
Seriously?
Yep.
That's impressive.
And then the fun parts this year are the magnets. Right? So all these come apart and go together so it can actually fit through doorways.
Smart.
Right?
That is so cool. Can I get some like up close details? You look just amazing. How long did it take you?
I've reused assets from like past years of it. So the new parts this year are the gold here, the weapon, and then just like shoring up the parts that come apart. So it's hard to know like how many hours across 3, 4, 5 years of
totally
stuff
fair.
back together. So.
Wow. Can I go around here? Is that okay?
So you've got a mixture of foam and 3D mold
And 3D mold and upholstery leather over cardboard.
It's droids! Look at the droids! Keep doing it. Come on. You don't want to dance?
Oh, the Tina. There you go.
Kirly, what is it behind you that looks really familiar?
So you may recognize the winner of Seattle.
Wasn't what I was talking about, but it's beautiful.
And you may also recognize this beautiful one.
Okay. Also
It's
beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, there's something else here though
I mean,
that looks
this
awfully
one-
familiar.
This one is, look, it could be better. So this is my Rococo Jigglypuff, which I made during the pandemic. Out of fabrics that I had in my stash that were partly my late grandmother's.
And this is Kirly in a nutshell, like completely pink Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff. Yeah, no, absolutely.
All you.
Yeah, all me.
There's a sign about her and everything. Look at that.
Watch my video.
You can watch Kirly's videos on her
It does actually
Jigglypuff.
say at the bottom.
The
The entire
link in the
process of making
description.
Jigglypuff is on YouTube.
So it's probably about 4, no, it's like almost 5 o'clock. I think we have our, we are reaching, tiredness here, and Kirly has found a dragon to sleep on.
Never did I think I would find enough
Wow, there are lightsabers being back behind her.
Oh my god.
Also, these dragons are so soft and it's really tempting to take one home. Okay, so I'm in this booth right now that has a bunch of vintage Barbies over here, and I found one of the first Barbies that I had ever had, which was Hawaiian Fun Barbie. I think she was my second Barbie that I had, but I loved this Barbie, and I think I still have like pieces, like her bikini pieces with my old childhood Barbies. I'm honestly super tempted, but I'm gonna have to think about it. But it's just really fun even seeing her in person, so brings me back. So Kirli is like super overtired right now, and I still have almost no battery on this, so we'll see if it dies. And we have been making her laugh hysterically by showing her the mashups in this booth that are so cute. This is a Fleep.
I give you the Masquatch sticker pack, which yes, I am going to buy because they're hilarious.
This is not focusing on that.
They're cute.
I give you the Moo Squatch. Don't worry, we're going to introduce them to your...
My heart is filled with love.
Aww. How you doing that?
Okay. Kirli is so... she can't stop laughing because she's so tired.
Oh, we're all unhinged. What's happening?
She's too tired.
Are we laughing at the
Stephanie-
bumblecorn?
A bumblecorn.
The bumblecorn.
Oh, it's a bumblecorn.
Kirli,
I like the cork.
Kirli checked out the building.
So cute. We did it. We just finished the entire con floor, and it is 6:50, 10 minutes before con closes today. And Kirli's
Kirli's losing it.
literally like, hysterical. Good thing it's in character for her.
Yeah, right.
And I think we need to go back to the hotel room, and by that I mean one of your hotel rooms,
Yeah.
probably Kirli's, because you better not get makeup on me.
I'm not, don't
Okay. And derobe and go find food or sleeping
Ooh,
or
no.
caffeine or all of the above.
Yeah.
So I think this is the end of Comic-Con day 1 for us.
Yeah, I think
Yeah. Okay. We'll be back tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. We are back for Comic-Con day 2, and I am Barbie with my crazy bangs. These things are ridiculous, seriously. But I'm mostly happy with how they turned out, even though they look so ridiculous. And I love my dress, and we are going to be taking a bunch of pictures today too. And I've got a Stephanie Canada right here as totally hair Barbie. Yay! And back in the background, you can see Kirli getting her pictures done as what year?
1993 birthday Barbie.
1993 birthday Barbie. And Kyla is taking amazing pictures of us. I will link her in her Instagram down below as well. And we are having a blast. And then we're gonna go off to Kirli's meet and greet. And we've got a talent show to judge and a panel to do. Today is a busy day, but you're coming along with us. So let's go Emerald City Comicon day 2. So I caught up with Kirly, which is, you know, appropriate. I feel like catch up with Kirly after her meet and greet, and we are going to go watch the talent show.
Well, I'm judging.
Well, yes, I was about to say that. Kirly's judging the talent show. I'm going to watch the talent show, and we're going to show you some clips from the talent show and see how it goes. That talent show was super fun. There were some really, really talented people there. I agree with all your choices.
You agree with the choices? That's
yeah,
good.
I think that was great. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the clips. Obviously I could only give you short clips because of monetization and copyright. Ah. So now we are going to go...
Actually, before, I want to ask, who was your favorite?
Voice-wise, honestly, the Has-Been Hotel one.
She was
But
adorable.
overall, like, idea and presentation was Elsa.
Yeah. So they were our top two.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to hear that.
I
You
agree.
agree.
And I did really like the Hunger Games one too because I feel like that showed a lot of talent. So
Yeah, no, it was good. Yeah.
Those
There
would have
was-
been my top three total. I think.
Yeah, and I think that's basically what we all agreed on.
Yeah.
But also the Jinx was there as well. Like, I'm glad that she got a judge's
That was
choice.
the one with the
because-
blue hair, right?
The one with the blue hair, yes.
I don't know these characters. Like I don't.
It was
I mean, I know Elsa.
very moving.
Yeah, her voice was very lovely.
Yeah.
So yeah. So now we are going to maybe go take some pictures, content, etc. on our own, and then we've got another photo shoot in
Yes.
pretty soon.
Like 20 minutes.
Yeah. So we're gonna go do that as well, and then it's time for my panel already. So busy.
No rest for the wicked.
Oh my gosh! And tomorrow might be worse for you at least.
All day I'll be
Yeah,
judging.
I won't even see you tomorrow.
No,
we'll
you
just
won't.
be like gone.
You'll see me on stage as Donald Duck.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Anyway, we will catch up soon.
Bye. Hello. So it is a little bit later in the day. Rebecca's filming me when I'm trying to.
We are out here on the patio where everyone tends to do photo shoots. So we have just done some photos. If I have any by the time this goes up, I will maybe pop one or two in along with the photographer Eric's handle. You can see we've got some cool cosplays going on out here.
Yeah, so it's 3 weeks combined into one, just different wax to get shape and volume. And I use polyfill and pillowcase stuffing to give it its shape.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's time for our panel. Say hi. This is my first panel that I'm on at Emerald City Comicon.
So these are a bunch of key terms that you're going to hear throughout our presentation as we talk about all things fabric.
So when we are talking about natural fibers, we're talking about things that are plant-based and animal-based. Things like linen, cotton, bamboo, and we have rayon up there as a little star because rayon is kind of a hybrid fabric. It is a cellulose fiber, but it requires some chemical processing in order to become what it is. And then of course the animal-based, which is silk, wool, leather.
Synthetic is going to be really, really accessible and really, really cheap. So yeah, we've got acrylic, polyester, spandex.
Any sparkle that you see on a costume is likely going to be made out of plastic. It's either going to be plastic or it's going to be actual metal threads, which are really quite rare because they're harder to work with and they tarnish quickly. So most of the sparkly or shiny fabrics that you will see are synthetic.
Personally, for me, I don't love to feel synthetic fabrics against my body because, you know, like not breathable, a lot of times like sticky feeling almost.
Yep.
And you can line synthetic fabrics with natural fibers like cotton or linen and to make things a little bit more comfortable and more wearable for you. So when you're doing a bleach test, just cut like a little swatch. You can do literally like 1 inch by 1 inch swatch and put it in like a really, really shallow dish with bleach in it. I personally have used the bleach test only for the protein-based method, not for like the color change. But with protein fibers, they will actually dissolve completely. And so if you are trying to figure out, say you have something that's like a blend of silk, that silk is going to dissolve, or a blend of wool, especially, we'll talk about sources, but Fabric Mart Fabrics, a lot of times they sell wool blends and you don't know what the blend is. The wool's going to dissolve. If you just leave it there in that like little shallow dish, you come back tomorrow, oh, your wool's gone.
One fun mnemonic for you when you're thinking about weave is that the weft goes from weft to white. So the warp is typically, you know, if you're thinking about a loom, going to be the kind of straight up and down or like vertical method, and then the weft is the one that's going to be thrown back and forth between the space that opens as the threads move.
Jersey is what all of your t-shirts are made out of. It's a pretty simple knit that has a smooth side and like a slightly fuzzier side on the back. There are things that are hybrid knits like scuba knit or double knit.
Now, something to keep in mind, if you're going to manipulate embroidered materials, that embroidery thread might not always dye the same way as the material itself. So that is definitely something to keep in mind if you go through that kind of process.
There's lots of different types of velvet that you kind of have to be aware of. I mean, you're going to see like cotton, silk, rayon, blends of them, especially silk rayon. You rarely see 100% silk velvet, and they're all going to act different ways. But one of the common things I think with all types of velvet is the nap, and the nap means basically the direction. So like if you were to like run your hand over velvet, you can kind of almost like change the color, and you can feel which way is going to be like the direction of the fabric, because one way is going to feel smooth and the other way usually feels like you're kind of rubbing up against something almost a little bit sharp. Like I was talking about with direction, you need to have enough velvet that you can cut everything going the right direction.
If you cut your panels going opposite directions, it will really look like two different colors. A lot of the different names for velvety things in the market are just different fiber contents. So things like velveteen or velour are often just different fiber content things.
Something really cool that you can do with velvet that you can't do with other fabrics is because it had that nap that everybody's been talking about, you can actually manipulate it a little bit to add more texture than what's already there. So for example, you could do what is called embossing the fabric, which is where you take an iron and you basically press those fibers down, or you could even burnish it, which is where you burn away the nap so that only the backing fabric shows up to create a really, really beautiful sheer fabric versus the velvet design coming through that you leave.
There's so many different types of shears, and they are going to act a little bit differently. Like there's some, for example, like chiffon and georgette are really similar, but like georgette's just a little bit heavier. Or like batiste and voile are really similar, but voile is just a little bit heavier. And mesh is one that sometimes you're going to get like non-stretch mesh, and sometimes you're going to get stretch mesh. So, and both of them are sheer. And you can do a lot to them, like we were talking about with the embroidery. There's a lot of shears that are embroidered, and then you're also going to get some that are sparkly, like
something like this. But I think pretty much across the board with most shears, they are lightweight kind of as a rule. But you are going to get different drapes and hands from different types of shears.
Michelle, aka Clockwork Fairy, looks amazing as Elsa. Look at that. Oh, I gotta get that whole length. Oh my gosh, so pretty. And it's so sparkly too. I don't feel like the camera is picking this up, how sparkly, but beautiful. You gotta get all your little rhinestones in there. Oh my gosh, beautiful. And of course the two of you together. So cute. Well, I think our panel went really well. Everyone seemed to like what we were saying, and I wish it was a little bit longer amount of time, but I think we got through everything in our PowerPoint. We had a full house as far as people in attendance. That all was good. So I'm gonna go run and buy a print that I saw yesterday down in the artist alley, and I think that's gonna be it for me today because I am ready to get out of this ball gown and take this wig off. So I will probably just see you tomorrow morning. I am here at Emerald City Comicon day 3. I'm losing track of the days. Just got here and I'm gonna go find Kirly. I think she's out on the patio taking some pictures of her new Donald Duck cosplay. Maybe I can sneak in some pictures of this since we've, touched it up just a little bit. But I'm gonna go find her, and we've only got a little bit of time for the two of us to hang out because she is mostly in judge mode today for the cosplay show, or cosplay Crown Championships of Cosplay contest. That's what it's called. So yeah, I'm gonna go find her now, but I'm also, gonna check in on her, make sure she's eating, drinking water, not Diet Coke as her habit is wont to do, and just make sure she's doing well today. And hopefully I will also find Stephanie soon. I'm not sure where she is, so I gotta touch base with her. And I'm excited for another fun day at Comic-Con. I found another Rapunzel. Hi! I found Kirly and Stephanie, whom of course you've seen all weekend, and Haley Marie Vintage. So Kirly's gotta go do her official duties now.
Yeah, I gotta go do
official duck duties.
Yep.
And I think the rest of us might just hang out. Yeah?
Yep.
No, not you. You're
not you. You gotta go do your job.
Sorry. Okay, this chainmail made out of paper towel rolls, amazing. You guys look fantastic. We're just standing up here on 5 right now, and these couple of people are playing this game that I've never seen before. But it's like DDR for your hands, and they are so good at it. And they're wearing gloves and everything, like they came prepared to play this game, and we are transfixed.
That's wild. They're so good at that.
They're so good.
I mean, I also think they expect an audience, because look, there's
there are people watching them, yeah. Down to the expo floor on a Saturday. More crowded today, that's for sure. Cool wings. That's amazing. What made you have this idea?
I like Cheetos. That's about it.
Good answer. So I just happened upon this absolutely gorgeous gown here. I wonder who it is. It's a Rogue Daisy Victoria in a fantastic Loki, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's beautiful. I'm showing your sleeves. Beautiful. Look at Miss Piggy. So fabulous.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, just fantastic. Look how pretty Pixie's cosplay is. I can't say your name. Oh my gosh, beautiful. So we've been out here taking pictures, like you just saw us do our little Rapunzel dance, and we have some thoughts. This is Hannah, Miss Tayo, and we just have some thoughts because the LARPers back there on the other side there just started banging their little LARPy swords again, and the cosplayers get stuck in this tiny little zone that is basically there, that this year they've shoved full of tables and chairs that were naturally all soaking wet. And we get stuck in all of there with so many cosplayers, and like the 20 LARPers over there hitting each other with their foam swords get the entire rest of the patio and an indoor area. Emerald City Comicon, if you are listening to this, you know, which I hope you are, because that's why I have a content creator badge. Please give us more space for cosplay outside, because we are wearing warm cosplays and we are taking pictures and we are crammed in here, and I've been saying this for 3 years since the new building opened. Cosplayers need more space. To all of you who watched this little mini rant, thank you. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And to Emerald City Comicon, please do better. Hey, Kirly, how have you been?
I am so tired for many reasons, but the most reason words no longer functioning is because I've been doing prejudging since 12.
It's a long time.
It's a long time.
For reference, it is 6 o'clock.
Now, we cannot do this competition without our talented judges. From down under, it's Kirly Cosplay. Who's been cosplaying for over a decade, representing Australia in 3 international cosplay competitions, WCS, Art to Play, and most recently, the Cosplay Central Crown Championship. Lee Kovacs is an artist and cosplayer with nearly 30 years of experience in cosplay. Chibling Props, who's a Seattle-based cosplayer. In 2023, she was the ECCC representative at the Cosplay Central Crown Championships. All right, how we doing, judges?
Fabulous.
See that? There you go. It's just the way you say it. Say it one more time.
Fabulous.
Fantastic. So up first, please, in our FX category, is Press X Props as Big Daddy from BioShock. At over 7 feet tall, the whole costume is surprisingly lightweight thanks to the EVA XPS foam construction. Wow. Here is Emmy as the diva from The Fifth Element. This project required hand and machine sewing, sculpting leatherwork and foam work, and Emmy used some unusual supplies, including soda bottle caps, pipe insulation tubing, and many Amazon delivery boxes. Here's Kells Bells as Blathers from Animal Crossing. This is Kells Bells' first major cosplay build and the first entry into a cosplay contest. Learn how to work with leather thermoplastics and resin casting for this cosplay, notably learning shoemaking and leather wet forming to create pieces that could come straight out of the game. Here is Comic Crazy Studios as from the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. Created over the course of 3 years, his costume is the product of many hours of work and a wide range of technical skills. Here's Cerberus as Yashani Gordon from Critical Role. Wet formed, hand molded, and articulated leather armor. The 4-foot-tall sword has more than 20 meters of LEDs running on 3 different modulators for different effects. Here is Golden Gecko Cosplay as the Prisoner from Outer Wilds. From 415 individual feathers on the head down to the hand-sculpted feet. Up next, it is Air Bubbles Cosplay as Far Fortune Endboss from Magic the Gathering. The grime was created using miniature terrain dirt and fake movie blood. Up next is the real Doc Ock as Doc Ock from Spider-Man. Mechanical arms powered by 24 precision electrical motors, all controlled by an Arduino Mega running completely custom coded. Explain to the audience about the effects category and what it is. We should have done it at the beginning, but I missed it.
Effects are anything that can range from electronics to smoke to lights to microphones. Larger than life, like anything goes. It's basically, does it fit in this category? No. Does it fit in that category? No. special effects it is.
Which will bring us to our next category, which is pretty self-explanatory, which is needlework.
Just anything that basically can be put together by a needle. So that can be, you know, beading, embroidery.
Elm, the Sparkle Queen, as Millennia, the goddess of rock from Elden Ring. Each circle, individually cut from lace, was dyed in a slightly different tone. Chaotic neutral cosplay as Maupei June from the Scum Villain self-saving system. Note the hand embroidery and beading in the signature snowflake style and the little tinkle of the bells as he walks. Here is Paige from Turn the Page Cosplay as Queen Amidala from Star Wars Episode 1. There are 840 individually sewn puffs used to create the unique texture in the jacket. Beading highlights the back and the Naboo symbols on the skirt. Here's Gumi V4 Cosplay as Princess Azula from Avatar The Last Airbender. Embroidery was digitally designed onto the dragons in the dress. The dress also includes over 1,500 hand-sewn check sleeve beads. Echoed Cosplay as Sarah Williams from Library. Tie-on pockets, a tulle and silk taffeta petticoat, a top skirt and corset made from multiple layers of organza, lace, silk taffeta, and rainbow lame. Here is Pathfinder Cosplay as Londa from Critical Role. The bodice has 50 hours of hand embroidery, an extraordinary amount of cat hair. The bone accessories around her waist were 3D printed, sanded, and hand painted. Whitley's Whimsies as Dragon Maleficent from features more than 8,000 hand-sewn beads and 4 yards of hand-sewn arrowhead smocking. The gown and sleeves are embellished with more than 300 hand-embroidered and beaded dragon scales. Lydia designed costumes as Queen Bernala from Elden Ring. But the amazing banana-shaped hat is what really makes this costume special. The crown and the cone are separate pieces attached with magnets for portability, and much engineering was involved to make it as light as possible. Nearly departed cosplay as Agatha from Agatha All Along. The hand pleated the bodice, custom dyed and hand stitched the lace yoke, and used a crinkle and steam technique to texture the outer skirt. The skirt has an underlayer that sandwiches multiple sections of shredded organza for texture. Prince of Snark Cosplay. Hand-sewn medieval historical garments and fantastical elements. Highlights include the tablet woven silk trim featuring elvish inscriptions, the hand-embroidered and embellished robe, chainmail, woven leg wraps, crochet lace, glass beads, sea glass, it goes on and on. Stars Co. as Hades from Disney's Hercules. Created through mold, sculpting, beads, pearls, gems, painting, layering, and fabric manipulation. As a god known for wealth, it's no wonder the dress shines brightly under the lights, and let's not forget about the flaming hair. Shannon makes or breaks as She-Ra. All patterns were drafted from scratch, and over 70 hours were spent on just the beading. There's a hidden heart embroidered on the chest of the tunic. Kiraki as Steel Phantom Hive from Black Butler. Includes hours of custom hand-done beadwork. Under the coat is that full corset vest, covered in crystals, pearls, and an assortment of beads in the pattern that mimics the edge of a gilded oyster shell. Here's Abby Cat Cosplay as Speedbon's extra costume from Art Flag Meets Death. This original design, it incorporates literally hundreds of skulls that have been included in the lace that Abby Cat designed and crocheted and beaded herself. Disney Done Right Cosplay as Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Features a 200-yard hem, a petticoat, and handmade 1860s steel hoop skirt. The skirt complies chiffon, satin, and pearl-embellished netting, each carefully engineered to create movement and dimension. So say we all, as Satine from Star Wars Clone Wars. It took 2 weeks just to count the 6 different fabrics, including silks, Kona cotton, chiffon, satin, and sequin mesh. Here is Cameron Nielsen as Edith Cushing from Crimson Peak. Cameron drafted all of the costume pieces seen, including a full set of late Victorian undergarments. Covering the sleeves are silk ribbon that she spent over 50 hours working on. It is Allison Jean as Nevermore Academy. This original design drew inspiration from the stunning architecture featured in Netflix's Wednesday. She is most proud of the work that went into the fit of the dress and the glass-inspired wings, which have a circumference of nearly 10 yards. As well as a personal testament to her strength, resilience, and unwavering spirit, much like the character she brings to life on stage today. Cos Casey, everyone. Caleb Howe as Faramir, Captain of Gondor from the Lord of the Rings. This is his first leather-working project. Every piece was made using traditional methods. It took over 250 hours from start to finish. General Stellis Cosplay as Fjord from the Mighty Nine. Fjord has a full set of EVA foam armor with hand-etched details, the epic Star Razor sword, prosthetic tusk, and a swishy cloak. Here is Lady Vixis Cosplay as Spiritelve from Forgotten Realms series. This is Lady Vixis Cosplay's first time working with foam and Warbler, and she spent over 700 hours across 6 years bringing her dark elf vision to life. Fox the Dragon as Yasuke from Assassin's Creed Shadow. Every detail is meticulously recreated from real chainmail stitched into the sleeves to the bold Oda clan crest emblazoned across the breastplate. Is there anything specific that you were looking for today?
I was looking for that real wow moment. And the problem was that we had it a few times. So it's very difficult. We may go backstage, try and draw some blood, fight it out amongst us, but I'm sure we'll get there in the end.
All right. We're going to start off with our category rewards. So we'll have you come back up on stage. So that will be super easy in the dark. In a cosplay. You guys got it. So, in our armor category today, again, this is our category award. Armor category is Fox the Dragon and Fox Cosplay. Hiraki Cosplay in our needlework category. And in our FX category, it's Comic Crazy Studios. In third place, it is Whitley's Whimsies as is Press X Props as Big Daddy. Find out who is going to represent y'all in the Pacific Northwest. Please put your hands together and make some noise for Prince of
and get all your little details because you've been working so hard on this and your belt. You're insane, but also fantastic.
Thank you.
Like, oh my gosh.
That's true.
Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Of course, your train isn't even fluffed, but that's okay. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So cosplay contest is over, which means it's time to go home, which is fantastic because this wig is bugging the heck out of me. It's actually not that she's heavy. She did totally fine with just the 2 snaps on there, but she's so itchy. Like I realize I have hair showing now because I've been trying to dig up here and itch my head because I've been wearing this for like 11 hours or something like that. So I am going to say goodnight for tonight and go home, and you will see me tomorrow in another wig, or actually 2 other wigs because I'm wearing 2 different cosplays tomorrow. So I will see you in the morning as Kirsten. It's time for Emerald City Comicon Day 4, and right behind me is the entrance to the American Girl panel that I will be on very, very shortly here, and I'm very excited to do it. I'm wearing my Kirsten cosplay. I will show you more of her afterwards, but I am very warm right now. Even though I'm not wearing a lot of Jane underneath at the moment, I'm gonna like mostly change into her, but I am so warm. And yeah, we're gonna go do our panel. Hopefully I'll get some clips of the panel to show you, and then we'll have the rest of the day for con.
15 minutes at the end for questions, if you guys have questions. So just hold on to them until the end, and then we will go through those. So thank you so much for being here also. This is such a passion project of ours. We were like, is anyone gonna even come to this? I don't know. But we're just obviously obsessed. So we figured, why not, you know, go for the crazy.
But in 1996 or thereabouts, I got my first doll, which was Samantha. Then within about a year and a half or 2 years, I got Felicity as well. And those were my only childhood dolls. And it wasn't until the pandemic in, I think 2001, I don't know if I didn't put a year up there, but I think it was 2001 that I got back into it, and now I own every historical doll and also some of the non-historical dolls. And I have a 6-foot tall dollhouse in my living room with like a bunch of the rooms set up, and like Mary Ellen's Diner just like in the corner of my living room, as you do. And it kind of snowballed, but it's very fun. And I've been doing the cosplays since then as well, which has kind of helped the collection snowball. So yeah.
You can justify anything.
Yeah, exactly. I need every single historical wardrobe piece so that I know what it looks like when I cosplay it. Obviously.
It's research.
It's research, yes.
So I'm Sydney. I have an Instagram account called 5 Hens and a Cockatiel. My fun fact is that I went to American Girl Place for the first time when I was 10 years old, and this had been the dream of my life. I dressed like Kirsten. My mom had gotten me the Pleasant Company Meet Kirsten outfit, and I did my hair like Kirsten, and I just walked around with my glasses and like the biggest smile on my face, and I'm just like carrying all of my bags with me around the store. And I finally got to the personal shoppers lounge, and these personal shoppers have been watching me for about 5 hours in this store, and they're just cracking up. And they're like, okay, like let's, you know, see what you got here. And I just pulled out this giant jar of like dollar bills, and I started dumping it out onto the counter and like counting pennies. And I had told them like I have all my money in a jar, and I remember hearing them whispering to each other, oh my god, she actually brought a jar.
I think my first one arrived in 1993, and then I saved all summer that following year in 1994 for this Samantha right here. I now know that you don't have to age out of things, but at the time there was a lot of pressure that dolls need to be put away at a certain age.
They did the 35th anniversary re-release that year, and it was like, it's really cool. I loved these as kids. I would love one, but like, why would I buy myself a doll, right? I'm like in my 30s, this makes no sense. And then Christmas came around, and I was like, well, I want to get myself something for Christmas. Let's go buy one of those dolls. Oh wait, they're sold out. So then I fell down the eBay rabbit hole and wound up with a Kirsten doll because I was like, oh, Kirsten, she is so cute. She's so historical. I'm a historical costumer. Like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. And so I got Kirsten, and almost immediately was like, oh, Kirsten's cute, but like, Addie has all the cool clothes. Obviously, I need Addie. So I got Addie, and then it was like, oh, but Rebecca is basically literally my family story and my name, and like it's honestly it's a little bit creepy how close my family story is to Rebecca's story. I don't know who they talk to, but like, and so I was like, okay, well, I need Rebecca, then I got Nellie, and then I got all of the rest of them.
We have a really cool variety here of the way that we interact is different, even though we're all part of the same community. So I'd love if we can go kind of down the line and kind of say like how we engage in the community.
I'm Emily's sidekick, so I really enjoy the cosplay aspect of it, obviously. That's kind of how I re-entered. And I'm working my way up to building a Felicity dress. It's gonna happen soon.
Yeah, for me also, it's a lot in the cosplay side of things. I have lost track of how many cosplays I've done at this point for American Girl.
Well, and also events, because
That's true,
kind of how I got re-entered was I followed you, and then you posted Sydney, and then they're like, again back in 2021, 2022.
Yeah, 2023.
Maybe 2021.
Yeah. We were organizing some picnics too, which we should do more of, for sure. We did some American Girl cosplay picnics.
Yeah, we all just dress up and bring our dolls.
Yeah.
And eat.
And it's cute, and it's fun.
We call it AGIG, American Girl Instagram, where all of these teenagers had gotten together in the early 2010s, and we just started posting our photography. It was like a way to show off our photography with our dolls. I got very interested in recreating scenes from films with my American Girl dolls, and then I did that, I guess, for so long that American Girl kind of noticed, and they're like, "What? This is weird. What's up with this?" And they started following me, and over the last few years, I've actually gotten to work with them. So I've done work for their catalog and their podcast and that sort of thing. But I didn't do so much cosplay until I started hanging out with all these lovely ladies, and started sewing because of it too.
So I created the Instagram account specific for interacting with the American Girl Instagram community, AGIG. I saw a meetup that you two were hosting and went to that. And that was actually a very big deal for me because it was the first time I'd ever gone to an event completely solo where I didn't know anybody. With the outfits and everything collecting, I started getting curious for the first time about wanting to sew. And so I got a sewing machine 2 years ago and started teaching myself how to sew on doll scale.
In 2020, my sister had started an Etsy store and she was like, "You need to do Etsy and sell doll clothes." And I was like, "Okay, fine, I'll do it." And so I did a Christmas release that year, and then I've just kind of kept going, and it's really, really fun. It's really fun because it's like I can make this small thing, and then this took forever to make, but the doll one takes a couple days if I know how to do the pattern, and so it's much faster.
But it's such a perfect intersection between history, which I love, and I've always wanted to be I don't want to be a historical costumer per se, but cosplay plus history plus books plus it's just everything I love. And then recently I've been restoring dolls on TikTok. People are like, "Oh, a doll, wow." "Oh, you match with the doll, wow." And I love the chaos. It breaks up the monotony of real life and makes people kind of go back in their brain of, "Wait, I know what that's from," when they're just walking down the street in Seattle or whatever. But it's to the point now where I can make ball gowns, where I'm going to Versailles, 18th century ball gowns, and that's really cool. It's not exactly AG, but it is an AG adjacent because it literally did begin with me lacing up her doll-sized corset and her panniers that are doll-sized, tying it, and I was like, "What are these things?" As a 9-year-old.
The same thing happened with me, and that was my gateway into becoming interested in fashion and fashion history.
Yeah. I'm hoping that my next, or at least this year, I will be making Caroline's winter redingote outfit. That's on. I just have to find the fabric, but that's been on my to make list for a couple of years now, and I love it. But likewise, American Girl is what got me into historical costuming, and I remember specifically both the undergarments and her pocket and everything. It was Felicity's undergarment moment. Both reading about it and then eventually seeing it was light bulb, absolute moment for me.
Seeing the American Girls undergarments and just seeing all of these things that girls wore throughout history that you weren't aware of as a 7-year-old, it just kind of blew one's mind, and I just became so interested in textiles. And I remember as a little 7-year-old reading Happy Birthday, Kirsten. I always loved her quilt so much, and I always had friends over, and I would say kind of shyly, "Hey everybody, let's make a quilt." Inspired by Emily, because she's working on the coolest Addie project right now as well. I am making Kirsten's quilt finally, and so I'm doing the 1850s applique, and I've always wanted to do it, and I'm just really excited. So hopefully sometime this summer.
Okay, this is super cracking me up because I had to go to the bathroom right after we were taking the Kirsten pictures. So I like half changed literally into Jane. So I've got my Kirsten wig and hat on, my Kirsten necklace, my Jane top, but not the corset top. I took off like the pantalettes and the Kirsten skirt. But yeah, this is really amusing. So now I'm gonna go to the costume changing rooms and put on the rest of Jane. You guys are so cute! What'd you do? was so not expecting us to win Best in Show, particularly because they called the best group and it wasn't us. And we literally turned to each other and we said, oh well, guess it wasn't us. Maybe next year. And then they called our name and we were flabbergasted. I am so excited with this whole group. I think everyone just did absolutely fabulously. This was such a fun group cosplay. We got lots of really great pictures. Thank you, Kyla. We will be posting those over on Instagram. And yeah, oh my gosh, that was so much fun. So anyway, I'm now a little bit bedraggled because it's raining unexpectedly. And I'm in the parking garage ready to like change out of this cosplay and go home, and Comic-Con is over. And thank goodness I brought the Kirsten regular boots because, oh my God, my feet were killing me. But I made it. And this was a really fun Emerald City Comicon, and we will talk more when I get home about my thoughts on everything in general. So I will see you shortly. So it has now been a week since the end of Comic-Con, and let's talk about some thoughts that I had. Honestly, this was probably my most fun Comic-Con that I've ever done. Of course, that is really greatly helped by having Kirly with me, also hanging out with Stephanie Canada all weekend. Like, it was just so much fun to be with friends, and I feel like that was the story of this year's Comic-Con, was like, I saw so many friends at Comic-Con, both like friends that I see locally normally, friends that are kind of in the local cosplay scene that I tend to really only see a couple of times a year, friends in other costuming scenes, and I did meet some of you guys as well, so thank you so much for coming up and saying hi and introducing yourself. I always love meeting you guys, and I just saw like so many cool cosplays. It was honestly a great weekend. Now that said, I don't know if I would do a 4-day Emerald City Comic-Con again. I was exhausted. Like, literally on the Monday after Comic-Con, Kirly and I decided to like not set alarms and just sleep in. And I think she slept for like 10 or 11 hours, and I think I slept for like 11 or 12 hours. We were just absolutely so exhausted. Now, I stayed at home every day, so in addition to like Comic-Con itself, there was the drive of anywhere from about like 35 minutes to an hour and 5 minutes each day, both ways, like coming and going. And then of course, you know, hanging out with Maisie, etc., taking care of her because I was gone all day and I felt really bad. However, by going on Thursday, it really allowed us to knock out the entire con floor, both the Artist Alley and the Expo floor, all on Thursday, which honestly was so good. Like, yes, our feet were so dead, but we didn't have to go back into the con floor for the entire rest of the weekend. And the only reason that we did go back was really to like revisit specific booths. And when we did go back, because we went back on Saturday, I think, to the Expo floor and I think to a tiny bit of the Artist Alley, and it's just absolutely rammed on Saturday. And frankly, I heard that it was rammed on like Friday and Sunday as well. So going on Thursday, especially if you're not a big fan of crowds, that is my best advice. Go on Thursday, get the con floors done, because yeah, it was just like easy to walk through. I mean, I think you saw in some of those clips of the Artist Alley where it was just like open. There weren't people there. And that is something that very much does not happen on the rest of the weekend. Even on Friday when there are less people, there's still way more people on Friday than there are on Thursday. So I don't know, like in the future, maybe I would go for Thursday, but maybe not for one of the other days. I'm honestly not sure, because I like the different programming that happens on all the other days. Like, it does seem like they have a lot more panels on Friday, Saturday, Sunday than they do on Thursday. And of course, on Saturday, you have the Cosplay Crown Championships, and on Sunday you have the Cosplay Showcase. And I've participated in the Cosplay Showcase every single year that I have been going to Comic-Con post-COVID. And I've won something every year, which is really cool too, knock on wood. Which that kind of brings me to the next thing. We did not at all. In fact, okay, so like we were hoping to win something. We were hoping to win Best Group. And usually that's all that a group can win in the Cosplay Showcase is Best Group. But I guess they hadn't told the judges that. And I just want to say here also that Kirly had absolutely nothing to do with the decision for our group to win. She let the other judges decide who to win because she obviously didn't want to have a conflict of interest. And so it was the other judges that decided. So thank you so much, judges. But yeah, when they called Best Group and it wasn't us, we literally turned to each other and we were like, oh, well, okay. You know, we had fun. It was great to get a group together. We looked awesome. It was great. And then they called out Best in Show and we literally just turned to each other and we're like, what? What? Like, we were so flabbergasted. So it was really, really cool. Six on Broadway has shared our picture too since then, which is also really cool. Six, you know, if you want to cast me as Jane, that would be even cooler. But yeah, it's just so fun. We had such a great time as a group, and I can't wait to see all of our pictures that we took. You saw kind of a behind the scenes of that photo shoot, and we just had the most amazing time. And honestly, I had a great time all weekend because by doing the show floor on Thursday, I was able to just like relax and take it easy on the other days and just kind of be chill and hang out and go where I want and when I want, etc. So yeah, I don't know, I guess that is the good thing about a 4-day con, is that like you have time. You have the time to do everything that you want, even if you are on panels or, you know, judging, like even for Kirly, which Kirly is going to have her own video on Comic-Con, so definitely check that out. If it has come out by the time this video is out, I will link it down in the description. If not, I will add it down there later. But yeah, those are kind of just my overall thoughts on it. I guess probably my one critique for Comic-Con, which was a critique that I had last year as well, which they still haven't fixed. Wait, no, I lied. I have 2 critiques. First off, having the second building, like a whole separate building, it's annoying. Especially because in Seattle this time of year, it does tend to rain a lot. We lucked out where it really only rained like one morning before con and then one afternoon, Sunday afternoon as con was ending, it was pouring. But honestly, that is very unusual for this time of year in Seattle. It usually rains. And of course, walking between the buildings, that means that you are stuck in the rain in cosplays, which sucks. So that's my kind of one critique there. One thing to be aware of is that the 5th floor in particular of the new building does run very warm. So the tavern was up there this year, not the main stage panels, but still if you were going to go into the tavern, it was a very warm area. My other real critique though is just that they still have not put back the platforms for the panelists. They had them the first year in this building and they have not added them back since then. They were not there last year. That was one of my biggest critiques. They were not there again this year. So like if you are attending a panel, you really can't see the panelists, which sucks and is so stupid and is so easy for them to fix because clearly they've done it before. So just something to be aware of. That is definitely something that's frustrating. I can't speak to the reservation system because although I did make reservations for a few celebrity panels, I never attended them because they were in another building and they were celebrities that I like. Usually it was like, I like this celebrity, but they're on a panel talking about this other show that I don't know them from. So I didn't go to any of the celebrity panels and I didn't wind up needing the one for the cosplay competition either because I was Kirly's +1. So we wound up just kind of going in and sitting early as helpers. But frankly, I think those are all of my thoughts on Comic-Con. I do really feel like I just have to say that con is what you make of it. So if you go in kind of with a more negative attitude, you are probably not going to have as much fun. I know that there's been a lot of critiques on the Emerald City Comicon Facebook page about this year, and I found that none of them were issues at all. So yeah, I really enjoyed myself. You know, I know I'm obviously not going to get Kirly there every year or probably any other year, so that's a bummer, but it was a really, really fun con. So hopefully you enjoyed this Comic-Con vlog. I know it was a long one. If you liked this video, please go ahead and click the thumbs up icon. And if you'd like to see more videos like this from me, please go ahead and click subscribe and the little bell icon to be notified every time I post a new video. I do post videos here on YouTube at least once a week, usually with sewing vlogs out on Tuesdays and sometimes with additional costuming or sewing related content out on Saturdays. But I post every day over on my Instagram, so please go follow me on Instagram. That's at Lady Rebecca Fashions. And if you'd like to help support all of the work that I do on this channel, I do have a link to my Patreon and my Ko-fi down in the description below, or you can send me a super thanks or join my YouTube channel memberships right here on YouTube below the video. I'd also like to take this time to thank all of my absolutely amazing patrons over on Patreon, particularly my patrons at the Romantic, Victorian, and Edwardian level tiers, who are Jean, Kim, Audra, Janet, Deborah, Rowan, Robin, Nurse Anita, Jen, and Dale. Thank you all so, so much. And thank you all for joining me today. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Happy sewing!